Alright, hello everybody, Skyrim here, back again with another Diablo Immortal video. Alright, this is going to be a frequently asked questions video, or FAQ, for Diablo Immortal. I've seen multiple questions across the board here. I'm going to try to break it down. I'm probably going to have to do a series of these videos. I've seen comments, especially in the Immortal Discord, about, oh, why isn't this? I tried looking all over Google and whatever else, and I'm like, well, you're, or maybe even Reddit too, of course. But I was like, well, you're kind of looking at all, and there's a lot of older posts, of course, because a lot of us who have been in the game for a very long time, obviously, are pretty much. We almost kind of sometimes forget about how it is to be a newer player, even though I have started over on a couple different characters not too long ago anyway, just to remember that process and how it goes about. And I did want to try to make some videos about that kind of thing and talk about it here. So I'm probably gonna have to do this in, like I said, in a series of videos. And of course, whatever, if you happen to come across this video as a newer or returning player, hi, how are you? Put down in the comments below, of course, whatever questions that you may have that I don't cover in this one. I might get around to it eventually. We'll see as we go about and doing this and how it's perceived here. So anyway, let's talk about extracting legendary essences, because this is kind of a big deal. It can be a little daunting and confusing for a lot of players, especially those just starting out, or the returning players, the whole process from start to finish. Okay, so first, of course, you're going to need to identify, which I've already done. So you find the NPC to identify. You will get, say, some legendary drops while you're out in the game. You won't get legendaries until you get to a certain level, especially if you're just starting out. I forget exactly. I think it's like maybe level 30 and up is when you can finally start equipping them. So there's that. I think it's level 30. It's been a while. It's been a very long while. Even starting newer characters, it's been a while. But anyway, so you identify them. So then the next step is you check them out. You see their stats on them. Say, oh hey, like in this particular case here, this is probably going to get swapped eventually to this piece here. It'll show you're equipped, and then it will show the one you're comparing it to. I personally don't pay that much attention to the score. The score is kind of funky and it can be a little off at times. I'm more concerned with the combat rating and the attributes. If I see up arrows on that and they are of the stats that I particularly want to use, this is where I min-max and I'm very picky. And also the magic attributes on them. If there's only one, I tend to kind of say, no, pass for now, and I move on to something else. But that's just my personal preference. Just starting out, or as a returning player even, you're pretty much going to just constantly be looking at the combat rating and the attributes, but mostly the combat rating is what you're going to be looking at the most. And you're going to keep pushing that as fast and as frequently as possible. So that's how that goes when it refers to the legendary gear. Now we're going to talk about the extraction process and what the actual essences are. The essences, first of all, is what they actually do to certain skills that you have for your class. What they will transform that skill into doing in the process of it. So this case here, this is effects in Wizard. It affects the Scorch skill, and it will cause it to do what it says here. I don't have that skill currently equipped, and that reminds me of that. So, but that's what that is. Now, if you want to, you can do this on the fly whenever you get a newer piece in your bag that you have identified. Say I want to put this one on because it does have better overall stats for the most part, even though this is a triple, but these are still two pretty good ones here. You go to hit equip, and then it will ask you these questions here, which is very, very nice. For a while they didn't have all these in here, but now, because you had to do it at a essence transfer per NPC, but now they can do this on the fly, which is very nice when they introduce this. Now you can, I'm just going to uncheck mark them for now, but they're all check marked all the time for me because I've done this so many times. It remembers it, it locks it in. But you go and select the ones you want. The gear ranks which will be your gear, blacksmith gear rank upgrades that you will do along the way here. You'll definitely want to keep those from your currently equipped piece. What you're doing is you are transferring all this to the new piece. Trying to make this as crystal clear as possible for everybody. The gem that you have currently equipped, if you have one, in that currently equipped piece of gear will be transferred to the new piece that you are switching to by check marking that box. You will inherit the now this one here. If you want to keep the essence that you have equipped currently, you check mark this box to it will then transfer it to the new piece that you will be putting on. So this is very important here. Now if you don't want to do that, obviously you keep that uncheck marked. Okay, but in this case I want to keep the one because I like the skill set that I have. And also if you have a rune at all, because they're kind of rare anymore, check mark this box to transfer it to the new piece as well, and then you just hit transfer. You have the option to do don't transfer, but I mean that's you won't barely ever touch this, so you just want to hit transfer and then it will swap the pieces. Actually I'll do it right now real quick. There you go. Okay, so now here's my old piece that I currently had on. Here's the new piece that I currently have done the whole process with, and that's what it looks like now. Now in this case I will probably change. I had crit hit and crit hit damage. That's my personal preference on that one. I can only change this, but that's another topic for another time. Anyway, and since I did the whole shebang, I'm gonna go ahead and lock this piece so it doesn't get salvaged. So that's what that does. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and switch back just for the sake of it's just personal preference myself for right now. I should probably keep that one on in all honesty, but for right now I'm just gonna go ahead and transfer it back. And there you go. See, and also I did want to show in the video, that's how that process works. You can go back and forth. The little swirly icon over here in the corner, now on this particular piece that wasn't there before, as you can see, and this one doesn't have it, this one does now, and it's right here too. That's what the essence transfer means. This means that you have transferred an essence to it because you have changed it from what it initially was. Okay, that's what that means, right? So now we go to the actual essence extraction. So we talk to the NPC again over here. So now we have extract, we have inherit, we have transmog, which is cosmetics. We only have so many to work on here, of course, because business, they want you to basically get the battle passes and all that kind of stuff for more cosmetics. That's whatever, that's fine. It's just how it is. But anyway, the most important things here are going to be the extract, inherit, and also the loyalty bonus. All right. Now, breaking this down here, since I have almost all the wizard essences, except for this one now, that's why it's in my loyalty bonus. You will not have this right away when you talk to an essence transfer NPC. Eventually you will get it, and you will want to use it as soon as possible. All right, so what this means is whenever you come to the NPC for a legendary essence extraction, it will gradually work this bar up here. Okay, this all tallies into, yeah, there's a whole bunch of information. I know it's a lot to take in, which is why we're doing these in a series of videos. We're just kind of bringing everything up to date for everybody that's new and returning, as some hopefully a guideline or a visual video guide for everybody to, you know, come back to time and time again here whenever they need to, that kind of thing. So this is going to be broken down into essences and how to extract them, that kind of thing. All right, anyway, again, first part in a series of them, so let me know in the comments down below what you would like to see covered as well, and I'll try to get that as soon as possible, and we'll keep continuing on from there. Okay, all right, now back into the extraction. Now that I have, once you've identified pieces, that is, let's go into here. You will talk to the essence transfer. You go to extract. Now there's a multi-extract button up here, which is probably the easiest way to go about doing it. And then sometimes you can do it this way. It will highlight some of the ones that are in your bag currently, like these ones here. I believe I do have one, and you can do it individually this way, but I prefer the multi-extract option here. So like these ones here, you can click on them here and it will show you what it is. So that way you'd be like, okay, this one has a lower score, lower combat, and lower attributes, and it's only got one magic affix. So sure, I'm fine with extracting this one, because when you extract them, they will be destroyed. You will get a flowing shard from them for upgrade materials for something later, but the piece itself will be destroyed, which is why you do not want to be doing this to any gear that you have equipped. And the safest way that you can do that, obviously, is there's a little lock button here that you can click on. You say, okay, no, I don't want, it's not going to be salvaged or destroyed. But in this case, I'm perfectly fine with it because it's trash. So we're going to go ahead and check mark this one, check mark this one, and I'm going to check mark this one. I'm going to double check this one really quickly here. 42 willpower. Okay, that's fine. We'll leave that one alone. So there we go. I got those selected, and I will get, it'll show you what you get. Now, if you do not have these essences, it will list the name of it below and say, oh, okay, you're getting a new essence that you did not have before, which is what you want. And that's the whole point of this. You want to upgrade that mastery as we go here. So I'm going to go ahead and extract these. So I got 3 flowing shards out of it. I'm already maxed my mastery essence extraction here. What this does is it boosts your green stats on all your essence abilities, okay, to the maximum value that they can get. So that's what you're going to get along the way. This bar is going to build up from level 1 all the way to level 4 at max. And then you will have the maximum potential out of all your legendary essences whenever you get them. Okay, that's what that means. Let's see what else we got here. Now, if you want to inherit a certain essence ability onto one of your current pieces that you are wearing, you just select one here. You go to inherit. So this is a main hand piece. So you click on this and it will bring up all your main hand pieces. Okay, you can you can select it however you want to. If you know which one you want, if you have it, you can click on them here, but for the most part, it's better off to just go with all. And if you do not have it, of course, they will be grayed out and you won't be able to select them, or it won't even show on this list. So there's that too. But I have them all unlocked, so that's why my list is like this. We have a bunch of essences. Unfortunately, 90% are trash. And yeah, so anyway. But now if I want to change it to something else, like this one here, this is the latest essence. I can click on it. I'll hit OK. I haven't done it yet until I hit the inherit button. And then it will just do what I just did before from the gear and rank transfers. But in this case, it will just transfer the essence only. So that's what the inherent process is. So I'm going to go ahead and do this now just to show. Boom. Okay. So now it's switched to that essence. All right. Now, if I want to go back, I can either use my armory that I have this build saved to, or I'm just going to go back here and swap it back to the one I had it on, which was this one here. So we'll just go ahead and switch that back real quick, like so. And it's done. So that's what inherit does. That's how that process works. Extract is what you're mainly going to be focusing on. I've seen how that worked. Again, I have all the essences already, so I only got flowing shards out of this. If you are on a newer class or, you know, are missing essences and you happen to get one and however you got it from a drop, after you identify it and be like, oh, that's one I don't have yet. Oh, the stats are terrible. Well, good. Then I can just straight up go over to the essence transfer NPC again and do this whole process. And you go extract, click on this one in particular. See, like this one here, required materials I do not have because this is a monk. Yeah, this is a monk pair of pants that I do not have because I am not on monk currently. So, and I just want to put this in here. I'm going to talk about this in more in depth later, but you can class change every 24 hours. So don't worry about, you know, like, oh, what class should I play? Play what you want. Play what you want. Play around with it, obviously. And that's the whole point of it. Get a feel for it. You know, it's your personal preference. Play what you like. Play what you feel like. Don't worry about it. You can change every 24 hours. It's fine. You just have to obviously... Now, granted, don't worry about it either, because once you have essences extracted and unlocked, they stay that way on that character whenever you class change. Whenever you go to a different class or back to the one that you were at, you will not lose any progress. So do not worry about that either, okay? So it's fine. Play what you want. Play how you want. Don't worry about it. All right? I'll go into that more in depth later. I keep seeing that question all the time still, and it's been beaten to death. But anyway. All right, that's it for what I'm going to cover in this one. This is just basically frequently asked questions all about legendary essences, extraction process, how that goes about, and you know, so you don't screw up anything, don't accidentally salvage the gear that you're wearing. Honestly, so you don't make that mistake, I would definitely say make sure you lock each and every piece that you are wearing, so that doesn't happen. Okay. So you don't accidentally extract your gear that you're currently wearing, and you'll lose your blacksmith gear ranks. This is a whole nother thing I didn't want to get into just yet. That's going to be for another topic. But anyway, there you go. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Of course, as always, take care of yourselves as best you can out there in the real world on fire, as always. One day at a time. It's all we can do. It's the best we can do. Things are continually getting crazier by the day. It's honestly scary at this point. But anyway, stay safe again, everybody. Until next time. Again, let me know in the comments down below what you want to, if you have any questions, especially, you know, if you come across this video, new player, returning player, OG player even, just throw them all out there. I'll compile them together for the next video, because I've gone on long enough on this one already. So anyway, until next time, everybody, see ya.